Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to another math lesson. So before we begin, remember we always go over our I can statement. So our I can statement is to read and write numerals and represent a number of objects with a written number to 20. Our other I can statement is to count to 50 starting at any number less than 50. What we're going to be talking about today is the past 2 days you've been talking about ways to make a different number. Today what we're going to be talking about is part whole and fact families. Okay, so this is something that you probably did in kindergarten, so this should be review. If it's not, that's okay. Remember, you can always go back and rewatch this recording, so you can go back and rewatch the lesson. So let's go ahead and get started with our number talk. We are going to look at this card this one? Yes. This card right here. Let's think of some ways we can count these fingers. Right, one way I thought I could count these is to count by twos. There's 2 over here and 2 over here. So 2, 4. So that is one way I thought of to count these fingers. One way I thought of is I can count by twos. And I got the number 4. What is another way you can count these fingers? That's right, I counted these fingers by using addition. I saw there's 2 here and 2 here, so I'm going to do 2 plus 2. So I can count fingers by using addition, right? And I saw that 2 plus 2, because there's 2 fingers over here and 2 fingers over here. What's 2 plus 2 equal, boys and girls? That's right, it equals 4. So I saw that I could count by twos, 2, 4, or I could count and use addition. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Perfect. Alrighty, now we're going to be moving on to something else. This is called part whole. Now you might have seen some of these different charts. You can use this chart here, which has the whole, it either has it on the bottom or the top, and then the parts kind of split it. Then there's also part whole in a number bond, and this is another way you can write a number bond as well. And we're going to be focusing more on this chart today, okay? So we're going to go over this. The whole is the largest number. So when you think of the whole, you're thinking of what is the largest number in my set of numbers. And you will always get a set of numbers. So this is my set of numbers over here. So I'm going to do this one, and I just want you to follow along, but then you're going to get out your notebook and you're going to do one with me. So this is the largest number. These 2 are the smallest numbers. So they're both the smallest. They're 2 pieces, so 2 parts. They're going to equal this whole, okay? So these 2 parts, when you add them together, so when you add this part and this part, it'll equal this whole, okay? So if I have my numbers over here, I have 3, 1, and 4. Let's start with the largest number. Which number is my whole? So which number is my largest number? Which number is the greatest? That's right, it's 4. So 4 would go here. 4 is my whole. Now, what is one of my parts? Right, 1. And then another one of my parts is 3. Okay? So 1 plus 3 equals 4. Okay? Or 3 plus 1 equals 4. 4 is my whole, okay? Let's go ahead and let's try another one. I want you to go ahead and get out your math notebook and a pencil. If you need to, you can always hit pause and then come right back. Alrighty, welcome back, boys and girls. What I would like you to do is I'd like you to draw this rectangle or square in your notebook. Then I want you to draw a line across the top and a little line connecting the top line to this other line. And then you can always write part, whole in the boxes too. Or you can always write P, and then W, okay, to signify part, and whole. Okay, you don't have to write out the whole word, but I would for now, just till you get a real good handle on part, whole. All righty. So now here are my numbers. We're doing this together, okay? If you don't have this drawn yet, go ahead and hit pause, come right back. All right, we're looking for our largest number. We have 4, 3, and 7, okay? 4, 3, and 7. So looking at those numbers, which one is the greatest or the largest number? That's right, it's 7. So 7's gonna go here in my whole section. Now, don't forget, these two parts added together equal 7. So what is one of my parts? That's right, it's 3. What's another one of my parts? 4, exactly. So you should know that 3 plus 4 or 4 plus 3 equals 7, because 7 is my whole. All right, we're going to try another one. We're going to talk about something just a little. Oh, man, it messed up. Okay. Talk about something just a little bit different. All right, so we're doing this together. Next page in your notebook, you're making this rectangle. You're drawing a line across the top, making this part bigger on the bottom. Makes sense, right? Because this is the bigger number. And you're making these two spots smaller. Make sure they're big enough to write a number, but part, and then whole in the bigger spot. And then our numbers are 8, 4, and 4. I want you to pause this if you need to completely draw this part, whole chart. All right. So now, if I'm looking at these numbers, right? I have 8, 4, and 4. Which one is my whole? Which one is my largest number, my greatest number? That's right. It is 8. Okay. So 8 goes with my whole. Now, what are my parts? 4 is a part. And 4 is another part. So 4 plus 4, or 4 plus 4 equals 8. Now, this is the next part I want to talk about, which goes into fact families. If I was writing this part, whole chart out as equations, I could write it as 4 plus 4 equals 8. How would I write it as a subtraction equation? This is where it gets a little tricky. So in an addition equation, it is part plus part equals whole. But in a subtraction equation, it is whole minus part equals part. Because you couldn't take 4 minus 4 to equal 8, because 4 minus 4 would be 0, right? So you need to take the whole. What's our whole number? That's right, it's 8 minus 4 apart equals 4. And you would do the same thing, 8 minus 4 equals 4. So that's how I would write the equations for that one. Now, okay, if I have the numbers 2, 6, and 4, okay? Now let's go ahead and we're going to draw a small chart over here. This is our part-whole chart. Looking at these numbers, 2, 6, and 4, which one is the greatest number? Which one's the greatest, the largest number? That's right, it is 6. So I'm going to put 6 in my whole spot. And where is 2 going to go? In one of my parts, right? And 4 is going to go in my other part. Now, I'm writing my equations, okay? So don't forget, in addition, part plus part equals whole. In subtraction, whole minus part equals part. If you need to, I would write this down in your notebook, and when you do your seesaw activity, you can have it right next to you when you're solving the fact families, okay? Because this will really help you. Part plus part equals whole, whole minus part equals part, okay? So if I was writing my equations, so I'm going to have 2 different addition equations, and I'm going to have 2 different subtraction equations. Okay, so looking at this one first, part plus part equals whole. Where's my whole going to go in these addition equations? I would always put your whole first. It's going to make it so much easier on your brain. That's right. 6 is our whole, right? 6 is our whole. 6 goes here and here. Now, the trick with this addition equation, you're not going to write 2 plus 4 and 2 plus 4 because you have to do the flip. So you're going to do 2 plus 4 equals 6. And then you're going to do 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Now, looking at our subtraction equation, right? Whole minus part equals part. So where is our whole going to go? Where is whole? Where is the whole going to go in the subtraction equation? That's right. It's going to go in the first spot. 6 minus what number? What's one of our parts? 2 equals 4. Okay? 6 is going to go in the beginning again because look, this is the whole. 6 minus, are we going to write 2 equals 4 again? No. We're going to flop it. We're going to write 6 minus 4 equals 2. 2, 6, and 4, this is the fact family. Okay? All right, let's do so this is a starting fact family. I know I kind of jumped into them early, but that's okay. All right. We are going to do this fact family together. Now, to help my brain, what should I write over here? That's right. I should make a part whole chart. That'll help me. That'll help my brain. Right? There's my part whole chart. And I'm also going to make my part plus part equals whole equations, right? So I'm going to put part plus part equals whole. So I know where they are, right? And then I'm going to do my subtraction. Whole minus part equals, whoop, part, Mrs. Cooper. Whole minus part equals part. Okay? So I'm going to go through just to help you all out and color code these just so they're easier to see and they match your equations for what part plus part and then whole minus part. Okay. Now, looking at our numbers. Which number is our whole number? You always want to start with your whole number. It's the easiest way to start. Whole number. 10, 7, or 3. Which one is the largest or which one is the greatest number? Which one's the largest or which one's the greatest number? That's right, it's 10. So I can put 10 in my whole spot. Okay, this is my whole, this is a part, and this is a part. What is one of my parts? That's right, it's 7. What is another one of my parts? 3, fantastic. Okay, so we have 7, 3 are our parts, and then 10 is our whole. So when we look at our addition, just looking at addition for right now, if I was looking at my part plus part equals whole equation, where is my whole number going to go? I want to know where the whole is going to go. That's right, it's 10. So 10 is going to go here, okay? And then these two are my parts. So I'm going to take 7 plus 3 equals 10. Now, do I write 7 plus 3 equals 10 again? No, that's right. I flip it. 3 plus 7 equals 10. Now, looking at subtraction. Looking at whole minus part equals part. Okay? Where does my whole number go? That's right. It goes at the beginning. The whole number, which is 10, goes at the beginning. Now, I'm going to take away a part. So what is a part I could take away? That's right. I'm going to take away 7. Okay? And my other part is 3. Now, do I write 10 minus 7 equals 3 again? No, I flop the numbers. So 10 minus 3 equals 7. Okay? This is your fact family. For 10, 7, and 3, you have 7 plus 3 equals 10. 3 plus 7 equals 10. 10 minus 7 equals 3. And 10 minus 3 equals 7. Now, boys and girls, if you need to, you can come back and rewatch this lesson. Also, with your Seesaw activities, you're going to have about 4 fact families to make. If it's too hard to do it on the Seesaw activity, like on the page, do it on a piece of notebook paper. Write your numbers just like we did here in your notebook. Write your equations down. Take a picture of it and upload it onto Seesaw. I totally understand doing it on a piece of paper. That might be a lot easier for your eyes, your fingers, your brain. I totally get it. So if you need to, you can do it on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and upload it onto Seesaw. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me, boys and girls, and I'll see you next time. Bye.